morning, students. In last class, we discussed about various kinds of applications that we have to target it. And coming to next topic, what are various major issues in data mining? So you know that issues are nothing but some problems where we have to face. So data mining is a dynamic and fast expanding field with great strengths, as you know that. But we have some issues regarding in data mining. So those are the issues called as mining methodology. These issues are categorized into 5 groups, or partitioned into 5 groups, and those are mining methodology, user interaction, efficiency and scalability, diversity of data types, and data mining and society. So these are the various 5 groups, so that in each and every group we have some issues. Okay, first one is mining methodology and user interaction. So in this methodology, the user interaction on different issues such as mining various and new kinds of knowledge. Okay, so you know about the functionalities, right? Called as classification and characterization, discrimination, prediction, outlier analysis, and these are the various functionalities we have in data mining, right? So that in each and every functionality, various knowledges has to be applied. Okay, so we have to identify which is the functionality, and based on the functionality how you are mining. Okay, if you are taking the classification called as a labeled class, okay, but you are mining with a prediction, right, with called as unsupervised learning, this is not a best kind of knowledge. Okay, so I hope you understand mining various and new kind of knowledge means identifying which functionality, on that functionality you are applying appropriate knowledge. You are getting appropriate knowledge using some patterns. Okay, next one is mining knowledge at multiple levels of abstraction. See, you know that we have a one concept called as concept hierarchy. So in that concept hierarchy, there is a level of abstraction. Okay, and at which level you are retrieving your data has to be retrieved or has to be identified. For example, if you have a particular annual class or annual grades or annual sales, okay, in that annual sales, if I want particular month of the data, so that you have to level that annual sales into 12 months. Second, if I want to retrieve a particular data in second quarter, so second quarter means first quarter starts from Jan to March, and second quarter starts from March after to July. So now you have to mine that particular data from July, from March to July. This is the second quarter. So if you want annual data, so that 12 months can be classified into 3 groups or 4 groups, and it is classified into one group. You based on particular 1 year category, your 1 year level, you are retrieving particular data. So finally what we are saying is, if you want to retrieve particular data, you have to identify on which level you are mining the data. First one is on which functionality you are applying the data, and second one is on which level you are retrieving your data. Next, incorporation of background knowledge. Okay, so background knowledge or information regarding the domain understand study may be used to guide the discovery process and allow discrete patterns to be expressed in concise terms and at different levels of abstraction. Okay, so if you want to retrieve particular what we call as data functionality, in the data functionality, the data function can be taken from the background knowledge called as a data warehouse, so that you have to retrieve particular background knowledge of supportive knowledge to retrieve what the useful information to get particular data mining. Okay, next one, the next one, data mining and query languages and ad hoc data mining. Okay, so you know that SQL uses to pose ad hoc queries for data retrieval. You know that in SQL language you use some queries, to retrieve particular data. It is a two-dimensional data called as structured query language. In similarly, if your high-level data mining query languages need to be developed to allow users to describe ad hoc data mining tasks by facilitating the specification of relevant sets of data for analysis, the domain knowledge, the kinds of knowledge to be mined, and conditions and constraints to be enforced on the discovered. So we have to particular retrieving of any what the user data, you have to specify a multi-dimensional data language. Okay, simply we use some multi-dimensional language to retrieve particular ad hoc data mining. And third, next one is presentation and visualization of data mining results. As you know that if you got a particular user data or the knowledge what you get from the data warehouse to data mining, now you have to present at clean manner, you have to represent the data in particular visualization mechanism, like representing like with the trees, tables or rules or graphs or charts, and all comes under particular visualization tools for easily understanding of the humans. And next one is handling noisy or incomplete data. So if you are retrieving various data from various data in data warehouse, right? That is nothing but from flat files, databases and data warehouses. All these comes under the various repositories. You are retrieving various repositories and storing the data in data warehouse, right? So that in the data warehouse, there should, you have to store the data in which manner means you have to store the data in complete manner, not a incomplete manner. If there is some noisy data available in retrieving in various repositories, you have to store the data in a which manner means some clean and unnoisy manner. Okay, so if there is if there is some noisy data, the unclean data is available from various repositories, you have to use some techniques, so that by applying those techniques you have to place the exact data in data warehouse. And next one is a pattern evaluation, the interestingness problem. So you know that if there is a particular retrieving the data from these repositories, it is stored in whatever the particular domain called as a data warehouse. After that, you have to use some pre-processing techniques to the data warehouse, and you have to place the data in data mining. Now in the data mining, you have to take the task relevant data for which the various knowledge can be used, so that for retrieving particular task of data, you have to use some interesting patterns. So while using some interesting patterns, there will be some interesting problems can be solved. Okay, if you use some patterns, there will be some interesting measures. With the help of some interesting measures, there will be some interesting problems can be solved. So this can be called as a pattern evolution, or in the interesting problems. Okay, so the final wording of this this is called as mining methodology and user interaction means getting uh, various kinds of knowledge. Next, if there is some, if the issue is, first one is identifying the functionality, second one is identifying the on which level of abstraction you are placing, and identifying various background knowledge of particular domain. Next, using some identifying which language has to place in particular query. Next, presenting the output in which useful manner, and how to take the input data like without any noisy or incomplete, and how to identify a pattern evolutions or interesting patterns if for a problem. Okay, these are the particular what we call, this is the, these four comes under mining methodology, and these four comes under the user interaction. Okay, next, efficiency and scalability. So efficiency and scalability means it is the particular running time of data mining. If you are using some algorithm, it should be predictable and acceptable in large databases. Okay, so if you are using some particular algorithm for a data mining to solve the problem, means that algorithm should be very efficient and scalable, so that there should be no performance factors available. And the next one is parallel, distributed and incremental mining algorithms. So you know that if you are retrieving a data means it consists of few size of many databases. Okay, the wide distribution of data and the computational complexity of some data mining methods are factors motivating the development of parallel and distributing data mining algorithms. Now, if you are taking one problem, you are solving that problem, there should be some incremental happen. Next, there is some drawback based upon the process you done. Now, you have to improve based on problem you get. You have to analyze the problem, and again you have to implement the problem. Like if you take a software engineering called as software engineering life cycle, we have starting from requirement to what we call as last one is a maintenance phase. So these are 7 steps. Okay, if there is a problem means again you are doing again from first to last. That is an incremental model. Okay, so that parallel, distributed, and incremental meaning means if you are taking the particular what we call as huge amount of data, based upon data you have to use some parallel techniques or distributed techniques or incremental methods. Okay, next, diversity of database types. Okay, as you know that handling in that we have a handling complex types of data. So because relational databases and data warehouse are widely used, the development of efficient and effective data mining systems for such that problem is important. Okay, for that you have to main database may contain, we have a complex data objects like hypertext and multimedia data and spatial data, temporal data, or transactional data. It is unrealistic to expect one system to mine all kinds of data given the diversity of data types and different goals of data mining. So specific data mining system should be constructed for mining specific kinds of the data. Okay, simply. So if you are taking that particular huge amount of data, one tool or one algorithm is not what we call as not particular. Whatever you are taking the huge amount of data, one algorithm is not preferable for doing all the tasks. So that we have to use based upon what we call as complexity of the data, you have to apply particular algorithm. So there are, one may expect to have different data mining systems for different kinds of data. And last one is mining dynamic network and global data repositories. So as you know that we have a network, in the network language you have a 3 categories of data called as LAN, 3 modes of network called as LAN, MAN, and WAN. So based upon heterogeneous data, the discovery of knowledge from different sources, it may be structured, semi-structured, unstructured. So structured means the data should be in a table format. Semi-structured means the data is in the form of images. Unstructured means it should be graphical, which is a combination of these two. Okay. So if you use various what we call as network, in that network we have a globally data, and global data is represented in the form of structured and semi-structured, unstructured, which should be diverse data. Semantics poses great changes to the data mining. So it discloses high-level data regularities in multiple heterogeneous databases, so that unlikely to be discovered by simple query systems and may improve information exchange and interoperability in heterogeneous databases. We use some web mining, which uncovers interesting knowledge about web contents, web structures, web uses, and web dynamics become a very challenging and fast evolved field in data mining. Okay, so in this session we discussed various issues. So the issues can be classified into 5 categories called as mining methodologies. In that we have 3 called what we call as abstract, new kind of knowledge, level of abstraction, and background income. Next, user interaction, we have 4 categories, and data mining query language, presentation and visualization, handling noisy, and pattern evolution, interesting patterns. And efficiency scalability purpose, you use some algorithms for efficiency and scalability, and parallel, distributed, and incremental method. For diversity of database means you have to applicable different complex with not a single algorithm. Based upon the complexity, we have to use different algorithms. And last one is by means of a dynamic network and global data repositories means you are using web mining technology or any heterogeneous database like structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Okay, I hope you understand this concept. In this session, we complete the half of the unit, first unit, and next remaining 2 classes we will complete all the unit sections. Okay, so that by this month of ending, we will complete first unit, and most probably we will start second unit in next month. Thank you. Thank you.